Morning, everyone. This is Kevin at Qora, just north of Mazeppa Bay in the southern Transkei. Well, it's been a very quiet day on the news feeds. None of my spotters have called in with any info of nets coming out. I've seen no videos on social media of nets coming out. So I wonder what's happening up there. I can give my opinion, which is that the SARDs, once they reach KZN waters, they're now reaching very unfavorable conditions for them because the water warms up considerably up that region of the coast. So there are some years that the sardines don't even make it past the Durban beachfront, and then they just dissipate and they head out to cold water, cold, deeper water, where they jump onto the current and they head back to the Agulhas bank, those that remain. So it looks like they've stalled along the south coast of Durban anyway. They're still stretching from deep in the south coast right up to Brighton and Steys Beach. But it seems like they're hung up there, which is good and bad. Good for the netters because they know where to go, but they're not traveling north much at all right now. So yeah, that's pretty much where it's at. Let's hope this isn't it. I'm sure over the next couple of days we'll see more action, but something that's an interesting little snippet is the gannets. You've probably seen all the birds diving, and they're one of the main predators that attack these sardines when they're on the surface. And if you look at the behavior of the gannets, that gives you a very good indication of if there are sardines around, even if you can't see them. So the gannets have two different types of flying technique that they employ. The one is when they're moving longer distances. In other words, there's no sardines around. They would know because they watch the dolphins, and where there's dolphins feeding, they know that there's a fish below them. If they're traveling longer distances, they fly extremely low to the water, and they're usually lined up 5, 6, 10 gannets, all one behind each other. They fly in formation, and whether they're going north or going south, that's how they move over longer distances. As soon as they sense the sardines, though, you will find that they climb much higher in the sky, and they're not flying in formation, they're just individual birds. And once they locate the sardines, what's very interesting is that they are able to gauge the depth of the sardines beneath them, and they rise to the altitude that's necessary for them to be able to dive to reach the sardines below them. And the gannet is one of the very few birds that actually can swim underwater. So they don't necessarily target one fish underwater. They just dive down to the correct depth, and then they actually swim underwater and hunt an individual sardine, grab it, and then rise to the surface again. So that's quite interesting information on the gannets. So anyway, let's see what the next couple of days brings, chaps. Yeah, I don't really have much more for you today, but we'll keep you updated as things happen. Cheers.